The high levels of math, such as algebra and trigonometry and calculus, are all very useful tools that help to accomplish goals. These sections of math are not the most basic, however. To learn them, there are fundamental concepts that require mastery. Arithmetic is this foundation. It's the rule of common numbers and what you can do with them. A lot of arithmetic might be familiar to you, but there might be a few conceptual gaps that are keeping you from performing well in the higher levels of math. So let's start with an overview of what's involved with arithmetic. The story of arithmetic is a story of numbers, operations, and properties. At the start, counting numbers, and even their negatives, are easy to figure out. This leads to the idea of sets of numbers. All numbers can be involved in operations, such as addition and division. Operations and sets have special properties. Think of these as rules. While arithmetic may start with very basic ideas, combining these properties and operations together create more complex and useful ideas. Fractions and decimals are some of the first concepts that build on simple numbers and operations. They create their own set of numbers, the rationals. There's special rules for what form they can be in, and how they interact with other numbers through operations. This is the first step towards more complicated math, so it makes sense if people are starting to have trouble at this point. Each time a more complicated idea is built, it offers new challenges, but also more practical uses. It turns out there's more operations than just the basics. These too can be learned because they operate on numbers and have simple rules. Learning these and recalling them quickly is part of being good at math. These operations include exponents and roots, comparisons, and absolute value. These operations, built on simple ideas, reveal the next set of numbers, the irrationals. Now we've seen all the basic tools of arithmetic, the real numbers, and the most common operations. The final point of arithmetic is that it can be used to solve problems, which leads nicely into algebra. Some problems include using a simple formula. A formula is a specific rule to find out some value. The rule to find the perimeter of a rectangle is to times its side length by 2 and its height by 2 and add those together. In this case, that would be 10 plus 4, which equals 14. But this formula is the same for rectangles no matter their height or length. So this rectangle, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, and add those together, you would have 4 plus 6, which equals 10. Formulas like this can be figured out for all types of shapes or other concepts like speed or relationship between two people's age. Learning arithmetic is the process of learning each of these ideas, knowing them well enough that you can use them to solve a problem. Studying something basic like this can still be tricky, but if you push through, it can be rewarding even on its own. If you know arithmetic well, then the next stages of learning math will be easier. And from very early on, you can solve problems and have a better understanding of the world.